Are y'all ready to rock out F major? Let's do it. So if you take a look at F major, you see that in our key signature we have one flat, B flat. Then as we look through the fingerings, there is one note, the B flat, that has two optional fingerings. We're going to look at the bottom one, the one below first for this video. So if you're looking along with the chart, make sure you follow the bottom fingering for B flat. So first what we're going to do is we're going to set our head joint on our shoulder and we're going to finger along and say the notes on the way up. So we're going to start with F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. Now we're going to go ahead and play it in whole notes on the way up. I have my metronome set on at 60. So play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now we're going to go ahead and go on the way down. So we're going to finger along and say it first. So we have F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, and F. Now let's go ahead and play it on the way down, whole notes. So 1, 2, ready, and... Oh, lots of air, right? Now, let's go ahead and look at the arpeggio. So the arpeggio consists of the first, third, fifth, and eighth note of the scale. So in here, we have our F, then the third note is A, the fifth note is C, and the eighth note is F again. So we're going to play that one in whole notes, just the arpeggio, on the way up. So big breath. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, now let's finger on the way down, same notes but backwards. F, then C, the 5, then the 3, A, and then F again. So we're coming down this time. So 1, 2, ready, and... Great, good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a few things to think about as you're going through this scale. The first one is I want you to look at D. Now one of the common things I see is that that first finger tends to forget to come up. So if you leave the first finger down, or I say it sounds like you have a cold, like you're going, ah, and you don't want to sound like your scale has a cold, okay? So no first finger down on D. Make sure that that is lifted. Also, when you're going to those notes like E and F, where they're the same on the top notes as they are on the lower notes, the same fingering, you have to make sure that you are using the right aperture, that you're getting smaller at the top and at the bottom. So one of the exercises you can do is go back and forth between the two octaves. So for instance, on F, you can go... So that way you can practice going between the low notes and the higher notes with your air and your aperture. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the all-state pattern. So we're going to do half notes on the Fs, so the low Fs and high Fs, and we're going to add the arpeggio as well, and we're going to tongue up and slur down. But first, we're going to put our flute back on our shoulder. We're going to finger and say the notes as well. So we have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, come back down, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, arpeggio, A, C, F, C, A, F. Great, now let's go ahead and play along. Remember to tongue up and slur down. So 1, 2, ready, and. Great, how'd you do? Now remember, as you're doing these, not to breathe between every single note. If you have to breathe between the half notes earlier, or the whole notes earlier, that's perfectly okay, but on these, make sure that you're not breathing between every single note. What we're going to do next is we're going to increase the speed. We're going to go up to 80. So earlier we were at 60, now we're at 80. We're going to do it all state method way, same thing. 2 beats on the Fs, tonguing up, slurring down with the arpeggio. So 1, 2, ready, and. Perfect. Now we're going to increase the tempo to 100. Oh, 1, 2, ready, and. Great. Now you notice that I am trying to keep my fingers close to the keys, especially as we get faster. Make sure that your fingers aren't really high. They're going to have a lot more room to come down, and you might accidentally press the wrong key. So keep your fingers nice and close to the keys as we're speeding it up. Now we're going to go to 120. So 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, ready. Perfect. Now we're going to go the exact same tempo. However, instead of doing it in half notes and quarter notes, we're going to do it in a quarter note and eighth note. So we're going to go half that speed of 120. We're going to jump back down to 60. But what we're going to do is we're going to do bom, 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 bom. So first, flute on the shoulder. Let's sing and play it. So ready? Oh, 1, 2, finger and sing, and F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, A, C, F, C, A, F. Now you don't have to sing beautiful, you just have to sing it, okay? Now let's try and play it. 2, ready, and. Great job. If you made it to the end of this video, whether you did it perfectly or not, good on you for trying, so keep up learning your F major scale.